Have you guys been wondering the correct way on how to pay yourself as an LLC? I have been getting many requests that says that I just need to get the word out there to let business owners, specifically childcare providers and assisted living providers, know the correct way that you need to pay yourself if you are an LLC. Well, let's first start with the way in regards to how you are not to pay yourself if you are an LLC. If you are the owner of an LLC, you do not want to pay yourself through a payroll. This means if you're paying yourself hourly, even if you have yourself set up on a salary. If you are a single member LLC, you do not want to put yourself on a payroll. Typically, you would put yourself on a payroll through a payroll provider such as QuickBooks. Your accountant may be doing your payroll and have you as the owner on a payroll. You may be doing payroll through Gusto, ADP, Patriot, Paycor, all these different payroll provider platforms. So you do not want to put yourself on a payroll. If you are a LLC and you're on any one of these payroll platforms paying yourself as the owner, you need to remove yourself immediately. Now that we have that out of the way, how you do not pay yourself as an LLC owner, let's talk about the 3 ways that you do pay yourself as an LLC owner. First of all, why do you not need to pay yourself on a payroll if you are a single member LLC owner? The reason why is because you'll be paying double in taxes. So let me give you an example. Let's just say, for instance, your business makes profits of $100,000, just to keep the number simple. You make profits of $100,000 in that particular tax year, okay? Which means that you as the owner, you're responsible for paying 15.3% tax on your profits, okay? That 15.3% includes the employee share and the employer share of taxes, which are Social Security and Medicare, also known as FICA. Got that? Okay. Now let's just say that you're on a payroll. When you're on a payroll, you're going to get your check stub, right? You're going to get your check stub at least, every 2 weeks, every month, depending on how often you're paying yourself as the owner. Take a look at your check stub. At the top of your check stub, it's going to have all of your tax deductions on there, whether it be federal tax deductions, state tax deductions, but I want you to pay close attention to those FICA tax deductions, which are your Social Security and Medicare. So if you're an LLC owner, and remember, mind you, I just said that you're already paying that 15.3% tax on the profits that the business made for the year. But if you're on a payroll, look at your check stub, you're also paying taxes again on FICA. You're paying FICA taxes because it's coming out of your check that you put yourself on payroll for. So you're paying double in taxes. This is why you should not put yourself on a payroll if you're a single member LLC owner. Okay, I hope I made that clear. Hopefully I did. If not, there is a link below this video. Click the link and we can assess your situation and tell you what you need to do going forward. Carrying on, let's talk about the top 3 ways that you need to pay yourself as an LLC business owner. One way that you can pay yourself is you can simply write a check from the business's bank account to yourself, the owner. So let's just say your name is Apple Orange. Okay, I just thought of that off the top of my head. Your name is Apple Orange. The business would write a check to Apple Orange for whatever you decide in your operating agreement in regards to how much you're going to pay yourself as the owner. If you're going to pay yourself monthly, if you're going to pay yourself weekly, bi-weekly. Okay, those stipulations will be in your operating agreement. But going back, the business would simply write a check to Apple Orange to make payment. That's simple. That's one way that you can pay yourself. The second way that you can pay yourself is simply by doing a bank-to-bank transfer. Transfer money from the business's operating account to your personal account, and make sure that when you're doing the transfer, there's always going to be a memo where you can write the memo that this is payment to the owner, or what we call owner's draw. You can put owner's draw in the memo, okay? The third way that you can pay yourself as an LLC business owner is by doing a ACH transfer. Now, an ACH transfer is very different from a bank-to-bank transfer. A bank-to-bank transfer is simply like you logging into your account, doing a bank-to-bank transfer from the business operating account to your personal account. But an ACH transfer is you still have to log into the bank, but that ACH transfer takes about 1 to 3 days for it actually to hit whatever account that it's intended to hit, which is more than likely your personal account, okay? Typically, what is the best way of these 3 options in regards to how you should pay yourself? I would always recommend doing an ACH bank transfer. Why? Because it looks more like a systematic payroll process. Even though you're not on payroll, the ACH transfer, like I said, it takes 1 to 3 days to post to whatever account that it's getting transferred into, and it looks more systematic. It looks more prestigious, so to speak. Okay, so whenever you're audited and in your bookkeeping it shows these electronic transfers that are taking 1 to 3 days to post to your personal account, this looks more like a systematic owner's draw. Okay, it looks more professional, so to speak. But there's nothing wrong with writing a check from the business to Apple Orange, in my example, the name of the owner, and there's nothing wrong with doing a bank-to-bank transfer. But my recommendation is that to pay yourself as an LLC, you should do an ACH transfer, which you will have an option in your bank. Most banks do, where typically at the top when you log into your bank, it has electronic transfer or ACH transfer that takes, again, 1 to 3 days for that entire transaction to process. But it does look better in regards to you paying yourself an owner's draw or making payment to yourself as the owner. So I hope this was informative. I hope you guys have a good understanding on the reason why you don't want to pay yourself as an LLC owner, because you'll be double paying in taxes, and the top 3 reasons as to how you would pay yourself as an LLC owner. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Have a great day.